Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Were you spying on me again? I was just, how would you describe this action? What do you think I was doing? This lesson is about phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs. I want you to guess this phrasal verb I'm going to teach you. Okay, but first I want you to try. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to take a guess down there in the comments, and then I'm going to tell you the right answer, right? 5 seconds, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the right answer is I was flipping through the calendar. I was flipping through my calendar. Okay, flip through. That's the phrasal verb. Or if it was a book, I would be flipping through the book. Did you know that phrasal verb? So you might be wondering, what is a phrasal verb? What is a phrasal verb? That's a great question. What is it? Well, a phrasal verb is a verb with one or two other words sort of with it. Usually those other words are small words like up or off. For example, stand up. Stand up is a phrasal verb, right? We have the verb stand and the word up. So why do we have the word up there? Well, it's part of the phrasal verb, right? Stand up or sit down, right? Stand up, sit down. Now, those kinds of phrasal verbs are pretty easy to understand because they mean the same thing as the verb itself, right? For example, stand up. Stand up means the same thing as stand, right? If I tell you stand, stand, that means stand up, right? Or if I tell you sit, sit, that means the same thing as sit down, right? So very often phrasal verbs are easy like that, right? Like flip through, right? Flip, you know what the word flip means, right? Flip means like this, right? Like if you like cooking eggs in the morning, maybe you cook them on one side for like 2 minutes and then you flip them and you cook them on the other side. Or if you flip a coin, right, the coin is doing this in the air. Well, if I'm, reading a book or flipping through a calendar, I'm flipping the pages, right? So I'm flipping through the book. So we can sort of understand that meaning from the word flip, right? Now, many phrasal verbs have a meaning that is not possible to predict from the verb itself, right? A lot of phrasal verbs you can't know. For example, the verb make out, right? The phrasal verb make out, right? Make is the verb and out is the small word that is attached. What does make out mean? Do you know what make out means? Make out means to kiss. If you are kissing your girlfriend or your boyfriend, then you're making out with them. You're making out with them, okay? Now, another thing I want to tell you about phrasal verbs is that very often one phrasal verb can have many different meanings. Can have many meanings, okay? So, let's take that phrasal verb make out, right? It means to kiss. But it also has another meaning. It can mean to understand something, right? If you can't make something out, that means you can't understand it, right? Like let's say this is a sign far away, and the words are very small, right? Very small writing. I could say, I'm trying to read the sign, but I can't make it out. The words are too small. I can't make it out. Or if you go to the doctor, doctors have really messy handwriting. Let's say the doctor writes you a note. You could say, Doctor, I can't make this out. I can't make this out. That means you can't understand it, right? So very often phrasal verbs have more than one meaning. Sometimes they can have 5 or 6 different meanings. So it's very confusing to learn phrasal verbs because of that. Now, the other thing I want to mention about phrasal verbs is that some phrasal verbs are separable and some phrasal verbs are inseparable. If a phrasal verb is separable, that means we can separate the main verb and the other word. We can separate them and put something in the middle. We can put another word or maybe 2 or 3 words in the middle, right? But some phrasal verbs are not separable. They're inseparable, okay? And sometimes one phrasal verb can be separable with one meaning and inseparable with another meaning. For example, make out. If you are making out with your girlfriend or boyfriend, that is inseparable. It's inseparable. We can't say make her out. I'm making her out. No, we can't say that. So that's inseparable. But with the other meaning, understand, that is separable. For example, I can't make out his writing. I can't make out his writing. We could say, I can't make it out. I can't make it out. That means I can't understand it. I can't understand it. If you say, I can't make her out. I can't make her out. That means you can't understand her. I can't make her out. Or if you're speaking very quietly, I could say, I can't make you out. I can't make you out. Why are you mumbling? Mumbling means, talking very sort of quiet and not clear. Mumbling. Why are you mumbling? I can't make you out. I can't make you out. That means I can't understand you, okay? So some phrasal verbs are separable and some phrasal verbs are inseparable. And like I said, some phrasal verbs have many different meanings. So it's really confusing, right? How are you supposed to learn phrasal verbs? What is the best way to learn them? Well, I think the best way to learn phrasal verbs is just the same way you learn anything else in life. You just have to try. You just have to try. And it helps if you have a teacher who is trying to teach you. Well, I'm trying to teach you guys. I'm trying to help you. Recently, I've published 2 books on phrasal verbs. One is Advanced Phrasal Verbs and another one is Intermediate Phrasal Verbs. So both of them have 101 phrasal verbs. So if you learn all the phrasal verbs in both books, you will learn 202 new phrasal verbs that I think every English speaker should know these phrasal verbs. They're very common and in my opinion they're very important phrasal verbs. So I think the phrasal verbs in these books will really help you. And I'm making more videos. I'm going to make more videos about phrasal verbs. Okay, that's why I wrote these books to help you understand what phrasal verbs are, and I'm going to make more videos in the future because phrasal verbs are such an important part of English. I think phrasal verbs are one of the biggest differences, between native English speakers and English learners. Native English speakers use phrasal verbs all the time. And I know phrasal verbs are challenging for a lot of students. So that's why I'm trying to help you. I've written both of these books and I'm going to teach you many more phrasal verbs in the next few videos that I make. You guys like my English challenge videos, right? Where I'm doing something and you have to guess. So in my next video, I've got another phrasal verb that I'm going to teach you. I actually have a few ideas for my next English challenge videos. So I hope you like these challenges. Just keep trying. Keep learning every day. Learn one phrasal verb every day. Like I said in my videos where I introduced my books, remember I challenged you to take the 101-day challenge. Every morning, just wake up and read one page of the book. Just learn one phrasal verb every day and try to think about how you could use that phrasal verb in your daily conversation or just in any situation. Just try to think about it, right? That will help you improve your listening skills because then you'll know what that phrasal verb means, right? It will help your speaking, it will help your confidence. The more you learn, the better your English will be. And the more you try, it's all about trying. Just try. That's it. You don't know what's going to happen. Just try and you're going to get better. You're going to get better. I've become a better English teacher because I just keep trying. Right? Maybe in the future, I'll be a great English teacher. I hope so because I like to keep trying, right? So if you keep trying, your English will be great in no time at all. Well, just wanted to teach you a few phrasal verbs, what a phrasal verb is, because like I said, in the next few videos, I'm going to be talking more about phrasal verbs. So I want to make sure you understand what a phrasal verb is. Many people don't know what a phrasal verb is. So now you know. It's just a verb with one or two other words. For example, run out of. Run out of. If you run out of something, that means you use it completely. Use it completely, right? That has nothing to do with the word run, right? It has nothing to do with that. Right? For example, you could say, I wanted to bake some cookies tonight, but I ran out of sugar. I ran out of sugar. That means you have no sugar left, so you can't bake cookies, right? So that meaning, has nothing to do with run, right? So it's a bit confusing. That's why you have to learn that. I think that's one of the phrasal verbs in my intermediate phrasal verbs book. Anyway, I hope these books help you guys. I hope my videos help you guys. I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you guys over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.